employment in some place, and they have a continuous shift schedule that you usually sign, and it's usually there in black and white that you agree to work, shift work, and that could well be a temporary.
But laws change every day, do they not?
Oh, yeah.
And that's why we have a government to look after us and change laws if the people want it.
Yep. And it's to get rid of Sunday shopping, you'd have to have a bit of an uprising by the folks, and mostly, I guess, in retail. I mean, I certainly go along with what you folks are doing in retail and respect what you're doing. And
Is there
I think it should be. No
is there
Sunday
anything else you'd like to see closed? If you
Closed
had
on
it your
Sunday?
way? Yeah.
I don't care what's open, what's not open, because
So
I don't go.
You wouldn't care. Everything could be closed.
Well, it doesn't bother me.
It would be a good benefit to family life, would it
I
not?
think so, yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, I do go to restaurants. I'm not going to be hypocritical about it. I try not to do Sunday shop, but I have gone before when somebody forgot to get something, but it didn't have to be done, but it was. Pretty often. I've gone to restaurants before on Sundays and that sort of thing, but I could do without it.
So you could do without it. It wouldn't bother you at all.
No.
You
I go
would.
to hockey games on Sunday. I don't schedule that.
You would be happy for families that could have time together.
I'd like to see people get the time off. Like like I said before, Sunday I appreciated getting Sunday off more than any other day. And I'm not saying I'm really religious or anything like that. It's just Sunday was a good day to get away, go to the beach or whatever.
Just to
go on a
kick
picnic.
back and
Yeah,
relax.
exactly. Exactly. For sure. I mean, there's a lot of stress in society now, and I don't think that helps it any by not being able to kick back at least one day a week. And I guess it doesn't really matter what day it is, but it would be where there's things, different events going on that families can participate in, mostly on the weekends. It'd certainly be better to have Sunday off or Saturday and Sunday.
Oh my, Saturday and Sunday.
Well,
We
why
could
not?
stir up a big hornet's nest with this dog.
Well, that's not going to happen probably with the retail stores, but Sunday would be a good first step.
But I mean, as a society, they're really pounding into our heads the environment.
Yeah.
Buy green bags to save the environment, and yet the majority of are supporting stores open all the time. How's that being green?
It's not. It's not at all. It's
And this comes
It's
into
just
my play.
hypocritical.
It comes into my play again with you. The government. This is a serious issue. The environment. You have cars on the road. They're burning fuel to get to the stores. You have companies with lights on. I know some people have told me, well, there's night shifts on Saturday night into Sunday, and there's people in the sun. Well, I mean, the simple thing is have your night shift on Saturday night and shut down all day Sunday. You can turn the lights off, and you can save the environment.
Sure. Good. There's no reason why some of these stores, I don't know how late they are open to. I mean, I know there's a store in Clayton Park near where my daughter lives that's open 24 hours a day, 6 days a week, and then Sunday they're open most of the day. So they couldn't really stretch their hours even anymore and then shut down Sunday. I mean, they could shut down Sunday anyway, because if they're open 6 days a week, 24 hours for those, then you can't get the stuff you need in those 24 hours a day, 6 days a week. Something wrong with your freaking head. I mean, it's got to be a little more organized than that.
Aren't we, as a society, why are we, this is all about commercialism and money, and
Convenience.
do you think shopping is an addiction? I have to shop. I gotta buy the buys, I gotta be there.
Could be, but all those buys are there during the week, aren't they? Same ones, basically. I don't
Some
know.
people shop every day. They're in their cars. They're burning them to get to the store. The lights are on all the time.
I don't know why they shop every day. It could be an addiction. I don't know. Could well be.
But shouldn't our government again be taking if they're taking the environment seriously, should they not be considering a ban? I mean, we're talking about our kids of today. We're talking about our kids of tomorrow. Yes, we need the public on side, and this is why Save Our Sundays is doing these interviews. And I don't think it's something that we should just throw out the window. It's something that, as a society, we need to discuss, because the media in a whole, they're not going to talk about stores being open around the clock, because they get their money from the big corporations.
Sure, all the ads and the print media.
The government doesn't want to get too involved, because the consumers are going in. There's big lack of communication here.
Well, the government is supposed to be by the people for the people. So if you got 50% of the people want to close, 50% want to open, what do you do? I mean,
we're doing what we're doing.
You gotta educate
We're doing
people,
what
and you're doing a good job. But you know, there's got to be more people like you. You got to clone you or something. I don't
Cologne me. Oh, I don't know how that's going to go over.
Won't your manager be happy?
Yeah, another Tony walking around.
Yeah. Well, you know, if there was enough of you in where you work, you wouldn't have to worry about Sunday shopping there.
No. I think as a society, we need there needs to be, I think the word is communication, and this is something we don't go in it. And you know, getting back to what you said earlier about you like to see the workers challenge it if they were forced to work, or this is the type of
They
thing.
pretty well have to if it's going to ever be changed.
You see, there's no communication between most workers and the government or the people, because they're scared.
But don't they know that they're allowed to challenge that? Do they not know that? Have they not been made aware of that by anybody?
There's
like
lots of
company or
there's lots of information on the internet, but as far as corporations putting this in
Probably
the stores, probably not.
Well, I think that's one thing the government should do there, is make people aware. Different kinds of things like health and safety and workman's compensation rules and their address and phone number and stuff like that are supposed to be, and now I don't know what the rules are now exactly, but some of those things are supposed to be posted in the workplace. And that would be a good thing to have posted in the workplace, that they have the right to refuse that.
Well, when the Conservatives were in power, I did mention it to the Labor Minister about this, and it didn't quite swing.
Wow.
And this is the problem. A lot of people don't know their rights and what they can do and what they can't do, and a lot of people are intimidated.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like,
I'll give you an example, Don. I'm applying for a job. Okay?
Yeah.
I want to become manager.
Right.
Do you honestly, in the public, think that if I apply to be a manager, that I can refuse to work on Sunday and yet look at my staff and say, well, I'm not working, but you are? Divide and conquer.
Conflict of interest.
Divide and conquer. And this is the problem, because a lot of people think it's about choice, and it's not. And if you don't have the government to look after you, see, my problem is if you can legislate a minimum wage, you can legislate vacation pay, you legislate holiday hours, you tell a store you have to close on a holiday, but then you turn around, we don't set store hours on Sunday. It's no different. And it's not a terrible thing for government to look after you, because without us, they wouldn't be there. There are thousands of people in the retail sector that vote for government.
It gets to a point though where